So this is the self-development with tactics book. So this one's gonna be again about health, muscles, myths and bullshit. Bullshit that some people believe in, unfortunately. Because today we're actually going ahead with the Leaner, Stronger and Bigger, I guess it is called. Bigger, Leaner and Stronger, I'm sorry. by Michael Matthews, summary from the SamuelThomasDavis.com website. I'm pretty fucking pumped to be here. I'm pretty fucking pumped to go ahead with this. And I guess we just start right ahead. I'm sorry. So, now it is there. Well, yeah, let's actually start right ahead without actually talking about anything than the book. Yesterday we stopped with the biggest fat loss myths and mistakes, and therefore we're going ahead with the 3 laws of healthy fat loss, which I'm going to read right fucking now. The first one is eat less than you expand, which is losing weight, or which leads to you losing weight. What does he mean by expand? They had already expended 75,000 in legal costs, spend, payout, layout, disrupt, dole out, get through, go through. Well, I guess what he just wants to say is that you should eat less than you need, or eat less than you burn. Because if you just eat as much as you burn, then you would just stay the weight you're having at the time. And when you're eating too much as you burn or more than you burn, then you're probably gonna just gain some weight. Like, it makes sense, All these things just really make sense and are pretty simple. The thing is, losing fat and losing weight and whatsoever is not easy. It is simple, but it really is not easy. At least I believe in it, I haven't been eating since yesterday 8 p.m. or something. Probably. Because I'm doing just some sort of intermittent fasting. Because I somehow feel like that I think it is great. I don't know why I think it is great. Maybe just only because I'm struggling even more with my life, as dumb as it might sound, but I do just like just having it not easy somehow, and having it not just, easy I think is the best word to describe what I mean. I think it just really is a good way to really not have it easy, and to really just build a discipline and build this kind of mindset that you just still do things and go through bullshit and shit, even though you do not want to. And I guess it helped me pretty much along my way. Also with doing what I'm doing right here, so recording what I'm recording right now, I guess it also pretty much helped me to just stay on track and stay here and still make videos, even though I totally see that there seem to be no progress. And still I'm doing a video every single day, because, if you think about it as, okay, I'm gonna be a big YouTuber, I'm gonna be a big creator in 5 years, it is totally something different than just thinking about it as, okay, I'm gonna be the greatest fucking hit on YouTube in 6 months. Because if you think about 6 months, totally is gonna be something different, you're totally gonna work more just by thinking about it differently, which is quite interesting in my point of view. But yeah, let's actually go ahead. And by the way, I'm just pretty fucking pumped to be here. I'm pretty fucking pumped to go through this one. Even though I'm so incredibly fucking hungry and also a little bit angry because I'm hungry, which is a little bit fucked up. And just before the episode, I thought should I eat something? And then I found no. Just because, not because I do not want it easy, because it is really not easy, but just because I do not want to waste any more time, because it's already 11 a.m. and I'm just willing to be as fast as I possibly can, so that I can just do other shit today, but recording and doing the posts and whatsoever. The second thing is eat on a schedule that works best for you. Really the thing. And something that I can pretty much suggest you to do is intermittent fasting. I've been talking about just right before, but it is basically a way of just choosing times when you eat, which basically means like, okay, you're going to eat for 8 hours a day. For example, there's a certain, or there are just a lot of different ways of intermittent fasting. But for example, one schedule is that you eat for 8 hours and then you're not going to eat something for 16 hours, which then just, is 24 hours. And I think it is just a pretty good way to lose weight, because the thing there is, you're allowed to eat anything you want to. It is basically not a diet. It basically only just regulates when you eat and not what you eat. And this is the whole point, because I think a lot of people struggle with actually choosing what to eat and just actually restricting themselves from what to eat, because, okay, I'm not allowed to eat chocolate. I'm not allowed to eat crisps. I'm not allowed to eat potato chips, or however you're going to call them. The thing that then is, you're only regulating, you're only kind of just changing up when you eat, and only the when just really changes up or can change your weight loss game, because the thing is, okay, if you only have 8 hours a day, to eat, rather than, theoretically 24 hours, you're gonna not eat as much as you would have, or as you would, which is also something that I notice as well. In terms of me, it might not be the best thing, because I'm naturally just pretty fucking skinny, and I literally do not want to lose weight. I actually want to gain weight. Still, intermittent fasting is just a great way to get started pretty quickly, because I can get up, just sit there and not eat, but work straight ahead, which is something that I really fucking like. I still just really have to focus on actually eating enough, and maybe eating a little bit more, which might be a little bit complicated. And then maybe I do just have to change up what I'm eating, just more fatty things, even though this is not healthy. So therefore, it is going to be just a little bit complicated if you want to gain weight with intermittent fasting, because, then you do just have to change up either the amount or what you're eating, which is not the easiest thing, which is really not the easiest thing, and maybe also not the healthiest thing you can be doing. But yeah, the last one is use cardio to help burn fat. Actually a good way. The thing there is, it doesn't necessarily have to be cardio. I still think the cardio might be the best way to do so, because you're just burning the most fat, or you're burning the most calories with cardio. And this is the whole point. You gotta have to burn some calories to kind of support you or help you. It is not only about cardio, it is just 80% about what you're eating. And the 20 or 30% that are left, because it's 70 or 80%, is about doing sport and just doing cardio and doing whatever, which leads to your dream body, or your weight loss body, or whatsoever. You know what I mean. So the real signs of healthy fat loss. What is happening? Nothing, hopefully. What is he doing? Why is he having so many problems with what I'm doing right here? So video capture is on, the window capture should be gone, the slider is there. I'm still using such a lot of memory there. And I actually do not know why this is a problem there. This is really the problem. But what I'm seeing right now is that I probably should have some lights in front of me. Well, I'm not gonna let it be like this. Well, no. Yeah. I think that's quite okay. I hope that you can see me a little bit better. Well, yeah. Maybe I should actually also go back a little bit without having this kind of reflection there. Yeah. So that it hopefully doesn't pick up as many just noisy sounds from my fucking PC as it did before. The real signs of healthy fat loss. The law number 1 is eat less than you expand, or I have read it. Oh, Sorry, I've jumped a little bit. Well, it is actually the exact same thing. The 3 laws of healthy fat loss is exactly the same as the real science of healthy fat loss. Well, yeah, so the building blocks of proper nutrition. There are 7 aspects of nutrition that are of primary concern when trying to build muscle and lose fat. As you can see there, it is not primarily about health. I do hope that he is still going to talk a little bit about health and healthy eating whatsoever, because, well, yeah, building muscle and losing fat is not just necessarily just the healthiest thing, I guess. I'm only just thinking about people that are just willing to gain weight or build muscle especially, and therefore just consume a lot of protein, which, as I know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I'm nothing, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm someone who reads articles. But the thing is, as I know, just having or consuming way too much protein can lead to some sort of cancer. I think it was not the gut, was something else, but, well, just having too much of anything, I guess, isn't just the best. It's actually the same thing with vitamins. Vitamins also do just have some drawbacks. They actually have, if you're consuming too much vitamin C, I guess, it actually has the really kind of opposite effect as just a proper and healthy amount of vitamin C has. Which means, okay, your immune system is going to be fucked. I don't know if it was the case with vitamin C, but there's definitely one vitamin, or actually a bunch of them, which do actually exactly lead to the opposite of what they should be doing if you're having it in excess, which is, well, pretty much fucked up. It is not the best thing you can have. But yeah, the first one is calories. The second one is protein. The third one is carbohydrates. The fourth, fats. The fifth, water. The sixth, vitamins. And the seventh, minerals. Protein, carbohydrates, and fats are known as macronutrients, and the other ones are the micronutrients. And how you structure these in your diet is vitally important to your overall results. Vitamins and minerals, which are known as micronutrients, the first ones were the macronutrients, and these are the micro, if I've just somehow fucked it up, are essential for the body's performance of many different psychological processes connected with building muscle and losing fat. A gram of protein is 4 calories, as is a gram of carbohydrates. A gram of fat is 9 calories. And there you can totally see, which is something that is pretty interesting. Protein has 4 calories per gram, and carbohydrates as well. The only difference there is that fat has 9 calories per gram, which means that per gram of fat you're consuming 9 calories, which means that basically, theoretically, the more fat you're consuming, the more calories you're also consuming, which may mean that restricting yourself or kind of reducing the amount of fat you're intaking might lead you to just losing fat or losing weight. The thing there is, in the whole just, bodybuilding and sport and health community, there's always, I feel like, there's always some sort of a debate between, well, should you not eat any fat or should you not eat any carbs? The thing with carbs is, as long as I've seen it, or as far as I've seen it with myself as well, is that when I'm not eating a lot of carbs, I really seem to burn fat just, instantly. Well, not instantly, but I just seem to be a little bit more ripped, a little bit more leaner. I don't know. The thing is, I do just actually got a habit of consuming fat on a daily basis because, some years ago, I think it was actually 1 or 2 years ago, I have not consumed, or I have tried to not consume any fat because I thought okay, fat is bad, but it absolutely is not. Fat is actually a pretty good thing, and you need fat. Sometimes even you need fat to absorb certain vitamins and minerals, which is actually the reason why there is going to be a dressing on your fucking salad. Hopefully not some yogurt shit or something like this, but some oil and vinegar. dressing is there because you're gonna need it for absorbing all the minerals and vitamins, as far as I know, at least. You probably should check. You should check things on your own because I've been going through a few things. I've been just really interested in the whole topic I've been for let's say 3 to 4 years. So as I started with actually working out and just trying to build the body that I want to have, I also had to just get a little bit more knowledge on nutritional facts, on just, what is healthy, what is not healthy, and those things. There's always going to be a debate, I guess, and there still is a debate. I feel like even though I'm just really against not eating any carbohydrates because I know that it is not healthy, because carbohydrates are basically the fuel of your body, and they're also going to just keep you filled. Still, just having high fat calories could also lead to just you having some issues with your liver, because a fatty liver isn't the best thing you can have. Actually, the thing is, having or eating too much fruits, which means fructoses, seems also to lead to having a fatty liver. Something that I quite never believed in and found this is complete bullshit because it doesn't make any fucking sense, seems actually to be the case. And I try to show you. This is my background. There. Fatty liver because of disease. Fruits. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is most commonly diagnosed in those who are obese and sedentary and those who eat a highly processed food diet. Fatty liver disease damages the liver and prevents it from working as well as it should. In general, the diet for fatty liver disease includes lots of fruits and vegetables. This was not... Maybe this is one. I'm also trying to not find some scientific shit, as this maybe. It has been hypothesized that fruit and vegetable intake is inversely associated with non-alcoholic fatty liver, which is NAFLD. However, some studies have speculated that fruit intake might be positively associated with NAFLD, owing to the fructose content of the fruit. This might cause consumers to hesitate consuming fruit. The aim of the study was to assess the association between fruit and vegetable consumption and NAFLD. By the way, I hope that you can just see it somehow. It is just really small. Maybe this is better. Yeah. You still heard it. I guess, this is totally better. There you gotta have the other bit of it. I guess this is okay. Results: the prevalence of NAFLD was 34.9% in men and 11.7% in women. Adjusted for age and lifestyle factors, fruit intake was inversely associated with NAFLD in both sexes. However, these associations disappeared after further adjustment for body mass index. Consumption of total vegetables was not associated with NAFLD in women. In women, a linear inverse associated with demonstrated between green and yellow vegetable intake and NAFLD in the final mode or model. But odds ratio for any intake category did not reach significance. The conclusion is no obesity-independent association was found between fruit and vegetable intake and NAFLD. According to the findings of this study, Japanese do not need to restrict fruit consumption to limit fructose intake as a means of preventing NAFLD. It is about Japanese people. I don't know if this is then also correlated to Western people as well. I don't know. Abundance of fructose not good for the liver. from the Harvard University as well. Well, I would like to go through this one because it might be just first of all, pretty interesting and also pretty valuable for some of you. But well, so the abundance of fructose, not good for the liver or heart. So another reason to avoid foods made with a lot of sugar. The human body handles glucose and fructose, the most abundant sugar in our diet, in different ways. Virtually every cell in the body can break down glucose for energy. About the only ones that can handle fructose are liver cells. What the liver does with fructose, especially when there is too much in the diet, has potentially dangerous consequences for the liver, the arteries, and the heart. Fructose, also called fruit sugar, was once a minor part of our diet. In the early 90s or 1900s, the average American took in about 15 grams of fructose a day, about half an ounce. Most of it from eating fruits and vegetables. Today we average 4 or 5 times that amount. Almost all of it from the refined sugars used to make breakfast cereals, pastries, sodas, fruit drinks, and other sweet foods and beverages. Refined sugar called sucrose is half glucose and half fructose. High fructose corn syrup is about 55 fructose and 45% glucose. From fructose to fat, the energy of fructose into the liver kicks off a series of complex chemical transformations. There is a link to those. One remarkable change is that the liver uses fructose, a carbohydrate, to create fat. This process is called lipogenesis. Give the liver enough fructose and tiny fat droplets begin to accumulate in liver cells. See figure. This buildup is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease because it looks like what happens in the livers of people who drink too much alcohol. Virtually unknown before 1980, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease now affects up to 30% of adults in the United States and other developed countries, and between 70 and 80% of those who are obese or who have diabetes. Well, because as they've already pointed out, it is just a highly amount of fructose and glucose is in those just sugared things like soda and corn syrup and cereals and all those things, which is something which kind of makes sense for me. The thing there is, do I actually have to restrict my fruit intake because I'm eating just a lot of fruits? I like fruits, it's the only thing that is quite sweet that I can eat. Should I somehow just restrict myself from eating just a bunch of those? Early on, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is reversible. At some point though, the liver can become inflamed. This can cause the low-grade damage known as non-alcoholic blah blah blah. Yeah. So if the inflammation becomes severe, it can lead to cirrhosis, an accumulation of scar tissue, and the subsequent degeneration of liver function, which is not good. So the breakdown of fructose in the liver does more than lead to the buildup of fat. It also elevates triglycerides, increase harmful LDL, so-called bad cholesterol, promotes the buildup of fat around organs, increases blood pressure, makes tissue insulin resistant, increases the production of free radicals, energetic compounds that can damage DNA and cells. Well, that's fine. None of these changes are good for the arteries and the heart. Researchers have begun looking at connections between fructose, fatty liver disease, and cardiovascular disease. The early results are in line with changes listed above due to the metabolism of fructose. Are more likely than those without it to have buildups of cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. Limit added sugars. Yeah, added sugars. It's about added sugars. The thing there is, has it also something to do with actually me eating just some fucking fruits? Because I want to eat my fucking fruits, to be honest. Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead with the actual summary. So a GI rating of 55 and under is considered low GI, whatever GI actually is. And 56 to 69 is medium, and 70 and above is high on the index. What is GI? A private soldier in the US Army. Glycemic, the loose white jacket worn in judo. well, never mind. So eat this, not that, bigger, leaner, stronger version. Should I actually start with that, or should I just let it be it and start ahead with it in the next one? Fuck. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead, because I don't just want to use the time that I'm having. So there are two main sources of protein. The first one is whole food protein and supplement protein. Whole food protein is protein that comes from natural food sources such as beef, chicken, fish, etc. Tuna fish, I think it is called tuna fish, so tuna, is fucking amazing for protein. It is so fucking insane. It really is. You know, the ratio between fat and protein is just insane. You know, you just have beneath 0.5 grams of fat in the tuna that is just in its own kind of salt water thing. Not with the kind of oily thing, only the salt water thing. And has 25 grams protein per 100 gram. The thing is, in such a can, you probably have 150 grams, some sorta. In a big can, even more, which means in one can, you already have 25 grams, and 25, the half of it is 10, 12, which means that you have 37, quite 40 grams of fucking protein in one fucking can of tuna. It's just insane. Really insane. So the best forms of whole food protein are chicken, turkey, lean red meat, fish, well, lean red meat. Chicken is white meat. I guess chicken is still the best. Eggs and milk. I'm not a fan of milk, I'm gonna say this. Protein from meat is particularly helpful when you're weightlifting. Meat doesn't only mean red meat. Fish, chicken, turkey, pork, buffalo, and so on all qualify as meat. Matthews recommends that you stick to the lean varieties or varieties of meats, as eating a lot of saturated fat just isn't necessary. That means fish, extra lean cuts of beef, 95% lean ground beef, or extra lean cuts like top sirloin steak, and top and bottom round roast and steak. Chicken, turkey, pork, tenderloin, and so forth. In order to meet your daily protein requirements, here are your choices. Whole food proteins like lean meats, beef, pork, chicken, and turkey. Fish, eggs, vegetarian sources, protein supplements, egg whey casein, high quality plant-based protein and supplements. Casein is basically a form of protein that is just slowly digestible or slow digested from the body, as far as I know. Which is actually the main way you have in milk. Therefore, some people just say you should drink milk. I wouldn't say so, because I think that milk is actually one of the things that we are not meant to consume. Just because it is from a is it called tit? I don't fucking know. It is from the cow, and only the babies of the cow are actually meant to drink the milk. Only through just the years of us actually consuming the milk, we got able to consume it, because I think just a few hundred years ago we weren't quite able, because we would have thrown up, we would have gotten just pretty much pain in our stomach and whatsoever. And also because, so I'm not a fan of it. Also because milk has a lot of saturated fats in it, which is not good. Even though I always mix them up, the saturated and non-saturated. So one of them is bad, and milk just consists of quite a lot of these bad fats, as far as I know at least. Eat carbs in the medium-high range of the glycemic index, which is the GI, which we were just talking about before, which is 70 to 80%. 70 to 90% is a good rule of thumb, about 30 minutes before you train and within 30 minutes of finishing your workout. Well... So Matthew's favorite pre- and post-workout carbs are bananas and rice milk, but other good choices are unprocessed foods on the high GA list above, such as baked potato, white rice, instant oatmeal, and fruits that are above 60 on the glycemic index, such as cantaloupe, pineapple, watermelon, dates. I love dates. Apricots and figs. I love dates just because they're so incredibly sweet. And, as I've said before, I'm pretty much not able to eat anything than dates. So I love dates because I think it just got a little problem. Just because, they're so sweet, and I cannot eat anything else that is sweet because I do not want to consume any fucked up sugar. But well, yeah, I really feel dizzy right now. I'm gonna eat something. I'm gonna eat lentils with rice. I'm so looking forward to it. It's just so amazing. But yeah, I wish you the best health, happiness, and success, and also hope you're going to remind yourself on how you're gonna be remembered. So basically, your legacy, because you totally have it in your control. It is in your control. It is in your hands. Still, we can't serve everyone. We can't be liked by everyone, and not everyone is going to like us just because. And with that being said, I wish you the best, and I'll see you. Bye. Thank you very much, by the way, for listening and watching.